Welcome you all back to Premier League Stars Review with Lee, your humble host. And it's that time of the week we review Premier League score line over the week. To begin with, we had Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Well, United are currently in form now, considering they've won 4 of their previous games, and it is no news. They are back to winning ways, and Michael Carrick is leading the resurgence. Well, they won 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur, a convincing 2-0 win. So it's a good one for them, and it's a very massive win for them. So moving on to the second game of the week, we had AFC Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. Well, Aston Villa and Manchester City pose somewhat kind of threat to Arsenal's Premier League aspiration. So it's a fair point to Aston Villa, considering if they still want to mount pressure on the table leaders, Arsenal. And well, from an Arsenal point of view, it's a good draw for us, considering this will reduce the points gain for Aston Villa. So this will also decrease their chances of mounting more pressure on Arsenal as time goes on. We also had Arsenal Sunderland, considering we all know what Bromby did the first leg, getting an equalizer in the dying minute of the game, the previous one. So it's a convincing win for Arsenal. This also extends our lead on the table to 6 points behind the second, which is Manchester City. So it's a good and massive win for Arsenal, and this will also ensure the title charge is on, and it's a very good win, and this also increases our chances of laying our hands on the most important silverware. So moving on to Burnley West Ham. West Ham are really back to winning ways. They've been in form for now, because in 5 games they've lost only 1. So it's a good win for them, and hopefully they don't get relegated. We had Fulham Everton. This is a massive win for Everton because it's an away game, and Fulham they haven't been in form recently. In 5 games they've only won 2, so it's not somewhat kind of a very good form to begin with. So considering Everton's last 5 games, they've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. So it's a battle of mid-tables. Everton won. We also had Chelsea versus Wolves, and Cole Palmer once again showing why he was called up to the England national team in previous years. So it's a very good win for Chelsea, but regardless, we all know Wolves are going to get relegated. With the way things are looking for them, they are not looking like they will survive this relegation battle. So Chelsea just compounded their worries, and well, it's no news there. I wouldn't say it's a massive win for Chelsea, considering anybody will beat Wolves. So it's somewhat kind of good points nevertheless, because a win is a win regardless of who you are up against. We had Newcastle Brentford. I think this is also one of the cinematic movies or cinematic games of the season, because Newcastle boatsman scored in the 24th minute, while Janet of Brentford equalized. After Janet scored, Thiago also got on the score sheet 47th minute through a penalty. While Guimaraes thought he had hand Newcastle a point with a pen in 79th minute, only for Ouattara to have a different agenda. I think in less than 10 minutes, Brentford came victorious in that fixture. I think it is one of the games I really enjoyed watching because both teams went bang for bang. Moving forward, we had Brighton, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace haven't been in form. They've lost in 5 previous games, 3 games, drawn 1 and won the last one they had. So it's somewhat kind of a very bad form for them, considering they sold Maguire to City in the January transfer. Mateta is injured, brought in Latson from Wolves. So it's somewhat kind of a very bad form for them, considering so many factors. And in the other, while we have Brighton having just 1 win in 5 games, lost 2, drawn 2, it's somewhat not a good start to begin with. So it's still a battle of the mid-table. Crystal Palace won, and they are back to winning ways. Hopefully, they carry on with the form. So, the last game of the week, we had Liverpool versus Manchester City. This is also a cinematic football match. This is why we call it the Premier League, and this is why we reference it as one of the best leagues in the world. And yesterday's game showed us why it is called the Premier League. Although Dominic Szoboszlai's 74th minute worthy 74th minute free kick handed us the Premier League. But well, City, they will always have a different agenda, and City are not ready to let go of the Premier League. So this is going to be a bank for bank Premier League, and I have a feeling it is still going to be one of the best league, one of the season we've had so far. And I also have a feeling it's going to get down to the wire, considering City are back to winning ways. City have the mentality to win when it matters most. I am not surprised they won, but my major concern now is, can we maintain the 6-point gap till the end? That is my major concern. And do we also have the mentality to win when it matters most? I think these are questions we need to start asking ourselves as Arsenal fans, and we just need to take each game as they come. And the Carabao Cup final, City versus Arsenal, it's going to be a make or break between both teams, and whoever comes out victorious would, I believe, will have the mentality to just keep going. And considering City versus Arsenal will be having around 4 fixtures within ourselves before the end of the season, if all things go well in the Champions League, we'll still have like 2 games to play, both home and away. That's 2. We have the Carabao Cup final. That's 3. And we also have the second leg, City versus Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium. That's 4 games in the space of now and 3 or 4 months. It might not even be up to 4 months, but let's just say 3 months. So it's still going to boil down to the mentality of the team, and hopefully everyone ends with a laugh. If you are coming across this, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is the only way you help us build this community. I remain Lee, your humble host. I'll see you in my next video.